Follow the Doctor. No. Let's explore Teyvat during this part of the Krai Archon quest, where the player is supposed to follow Dottore high into the sky. I imagine we'll find a Teyvat that's similar to Nilou's world, which is Teyvat during the Trial Nilou portion of the Sumeru Archon quest finale. In that world, many objects, buildings, and weather effects are missing, making it quite unusual to explore. I suppose we can call this Dottore's world then? Since we're already in Krai, let's start there. Getting around with just the Traveler is a bit tricky, given the great stretches of water surrounding this place. Good thing I packed a lot of stamina food. The first thing that stood out to me is that there's a barrier around the final night cemetery. It's too far from Dottore to be part of the barrier surrounding his little follow me quest area, so it's puzzling. Because I didn't want to have to deal with breaking out of another barrier, I avoided stepping into the cemetery. Given another discovery, I think I know why the barrier may be there. My theory is that this map is one of a few used for special instances throughout Krai quests. The fact that Nasha Town is the only location on the map that has people also seems to confirm this. After all, why would people in Nasha Town be loaded in on the map where the player is supposed to be trapped in a small area with Dottore? That's clear on the opposite side of Krai. Additionally, far below the water south of the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau is the moon's reflection. During the Archon quest, this is where the player wanders around as Columbina in that shimmery, dark landscape. If you visit this location on the normal Teyvat map, it's a desolate stretch of dirt with no special effects. But in Dottore's world, it has all its effects loaded. We can go down and... oh, this is unexpected. I'm actually recording this part after I'd already finished the video. See the difference in character level? Different account, as my main already finished the Archon quest. It would seem this confirms my earlier theory that this is a map used by Krai quests, because these buildings near the moon's reflection do not exist in normal Teyvat. Based on their shape, I'd wager we have two versions of the flagship tavern and one version of the Curatorium of Secrets. With this map adding new places underground, what else might we find here? And does this mean anything for the north of Krai, if it's even reachable? I'll have to explore this more thoroughly another time, as a single attempt at breaking Dottore's world takes upwards of 30 minutes due to having to run everywhere with just the Traveler. If it proves interesting, I'll make a follow-up video. But now, back to the original script. In Dottore's world, bosses and such are missing, and I found it quite funny that Aino's workshop lost that giant mechanical arm. The place looks rather plain without it. And that's about it for Krai from what I saw, at least for the southern side. Admittedly, I did not try to explore the area to the north, because I was too busy with the idea of making it to Natlan to explore the rest of Teyvat. Is this truly the same as Nilou's world? To confirm, I'd have to get over to Natlan, make it into the Sumeru Desert to see if the dust cyclone is gone, and perhaps even venture into Mondstadt to check if the windmills are missing. Two methods were available for reaching Natlan. 1. Use stamina food and swim there. That would take a very long time. 2. Go beneath the water and walk there. This would be challenging, but far quicker as long as I don't mess up many times. And I messed up. Cool. Starting over. On the second try, I managed to make it. It was nerve-wracking to walk along the east seabed of Krai, because it constantly looked like I was too close to the water surface. Water pulls you up to the surface in Genshin if you get too close. Had that happened, it'd mean starting this whole process over. Eventually, I made it to the north end of the Natlan Trench. Smooth sailing from here. Well, smooth walking along the seabed. Hello, Ochka Natlan. You know, I bet if I climb this place, we'll find that... The captain is no longer on his throne. Confirmation that the captain is both returning to the story and becoming playable soon. I made my way to the Stadium of the Sacred Flame. Unsurprisingly, the entire place was empty. Even the stadium doors were missing, with one of them replaced by a black texture that'd vanish if I got too close. Weird how they only put that in one of the doors. It's neat, and I kinda did want to detour to the volcano, but I really wanted to confirm how close to Nilou's world this version of Teyvat is. It's time to journey to Sumeru. Or not. Well, that's cool. There's a teleport barrier cutting through the center of Natlan that whisks the player back to Dottore. He must really want me to follow him. The barrier is here on the map. Assuming it's a straight north to south line, that'd place it perfectly along the east boundary of Nad Krai. How odd that it's so different from the barriers in Nilou's world that lined up with the size of Teyvat at the time of version 3.2, versus here, where it's strictly limited by Nad Krai's size, excluding the south, for some unknown reason. And that is Dottore's world. Perhaps it'd be possible to reach the Natlan volcano if traveling south isn't randomly stopped at some point. But beyond that, there's probably not much else to see, assuming there's also a teleport barrier to the west that prevents travel to the resort. This is Moosashi, signing off. Till next time.